What's happening? What's cracking? What's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your January 15th through the 31st. Let's hear reading. I hope you guys are doing well, so let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel, which is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, let's see what's going on for the Leos. If you guys already know, by the time you guys are watching this, I am actually traveling abroad, so I will not be here. I will be with my family going on a week vacation. So while you guys are watching this, from December 31st to January 9th, I will not be here. There will not be any daily readings from that time as well. So most likely when I return around January 10th, depending on if it's a weekday or a weekend, we'll get the dailies popping again. But during this time that I'm off for this week, I'm going to have the mid-months uploading, so it's better early than having them done later when I get back and then I'd have to cram. So I'd rather get these done quite early, and then by the time I get back, we can dig into the February readings, okay? But nonetheless, let's see what's cracking for the Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout January 15th through the 31st. Messages for Team Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout January 15th through the 31st. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and get one more shuffle and see what's cracking with you. Leo, energy between you and another person, Seven of Pentacles. Hello, can be connecting with an earth sign towards Virgo or Capricorn. This is the energy of pausing time rather than wasting time, I feel. I definitely think that there is so many pentacles, and it's very interesting because, look, it's almost like she's picking the pentacles like they're fruit, right? Except the thing is that the pentacles aren't in your basket. Time isn't in your basket. So you may feel like you've had a lot of time wasted on a lot of situations. You may be in a place in time where you want to take your time back. So that's why the basket's there, Leo. You're going to grab all those pentacles off that tree, throw it right back into your basket, and take your time back. We got an Empress card, a lot about self-growth and development, Seven of Cups, and then a Justice card. As for the outcome, can be connecting with a Libra, or possibly a Libra rising, or you could be a Libra rising yourself. Interesting, though. With the Empress card paired with the Seven of Cups, you're in a place of self-growth, and there's a lot of distractions that are around you. It's so interesting when you look at the Seven of Cups because there's people, there's ghosts, there's snakes, you know, there's rebirth and plants, there's a dragon in one of the cups. There's so much interesting stuff that all can be so distracting in certain areas of life. I feel like with the Empress card right now, you're in a place in time, Libra, where you are focusing on birthing a new kind of version of yourself, where you are really locked into doing what you want to do and using your time wisely in the way that you want it spent, rather than spending all of your time on other people, right? Because the Seven of Cups can show up as just a bunch of random people, and you don't want to waste your time on other people. You want to give back time to yourself, because as for the outcome, I feel strongly during this second half of the month in January, you need time to recharge your batteries. You need time to rejuvenate. You need time to bring back the balance and harmony into your life, as you've been doing way too much for other people rather than yourself. So I feel like this is where it's coming from throughout the second half of the month. You're more so focused energetically of, I need to really restore balance and bring back time for me, okay? Yeah, the World card, you're entering a new cycle here. And the Lovers card, hey, yo. Yeah, baby, I like that a lot. I think you're falling in love with yourself, which is good. And it's not that you're being conceited, Leo. You've been through the self-love for a very long time. But with the World card here, you're entering a new cycle in the sense of, I'm really content with being alone. And I'm noticing that. It's kind of been a theme for Leos where you guys are starting to be more content with being alone and being on your own rather than being around other people. It almost seems very liberating and freeing to bring back, time for yourself. Clarifying the Seven of, the Seven of Cups. What do we got? We got a Lover's card paired with a Knight of Wands. I'm really done taking trips with men or women that are nothing but short trips. So you're very much so over short-term connections, short-term dating. It's like, I'm saving myself for my soulmate. Some of you may have actually gone celibate. I don't know. You might have made a promise to yourself not to have sex with anybody until you find somebody that you really vibe with and want to be with. That's just a random message. Not all of you guys have to be. But some of you Leos may have actually recently became celibate, saying, I'm not engaging with anybody that isn't of my highest good, and I'm not having sex with anybody until I'm completely with someone I'm so in love with and I can tell it's mutual. So you're saving yourself for the right one right now. I think you're honestly over a lot of fuck boys and fuck girls. You're really tired of that kind of cycle. I just think you're in a place where you are trying to appreciate your own beauty and really set the bar high for yourself when it comes towards love and relationships. So during your second half of the month, this is really about being happy with being by yourself because you appreciate the beautiful and, you know, gentle creature you are. You know, Leo, sometimes you guys can really struggle with a lot of insecurity issues, but I feel like you're destroying those insecurity issues. I feel like you're not even at a place where you even allow insecurity to be a problem in your life anymore. I feel like you're starting to feel very secure in who you are, especially at this mid-month mark. There's this massive transformation that's occurring in 2020, and I fucking love that for you. Like I've said, I felt nothing but really great energy for Leo moving into 2020 because 2019 was such a havoc for you where you were going from toxic relationship to the next, and you were doing your best to learn how to stop people pleasing and learn how to please yourself. You know, I talked about 2019 so much, and it's the self-love ascension where everybody went through their toxic cycles, they broke their cycles, they learned how to love themselves, right? Or they started taking steps to love who they are. You're in a place right now, Leo, where you do love and appreciate who you are, and you're very happy being single, and you're just not giving anything away, let alone your sexual energy. Because your sexual energy is something that's very important as well, right? Because when you have sex with somebody, that's powerful. That creates a soul tie. That creates a bond. And you don't want to be connected with somebody absorbing their STDs. And I don't mean STDs in a 3D way, not a sexually transmitted disease, a spiritually transmitted disease. You don't want to take on anybody else's energy, especially if they're coming from a low vibrating place. Okay? So you don't want to sleep around with negative people and then absorb their negative ass energy. So from what I'm seeing so far here, Leo, you're restoring back the balance and harmony into your life, and you're also appreciating the beauty for what you are. You could be a Leo Venus, because Venusian energy here with the Empress, which is good. And with that Venus energy surrounding you, it's really, really good for you because you're starting to see the beauty in you. Some of you here may have, actually, well, yeah, it's January. Some of you guys here may have been setting some goals for 2020. If you've been setting goals to improve the way you look, such as by losing weight, or maybe you want to start building muscle, whatever it is. If you've been setting physical goals for your physical beauty, it's really going to shine. Like, you're really going to see results. I feel a lot of commitment there. One of the best things, though, so far is that you're extremely committed to yourself. That's what I like. Okay, what do we got? Ace of Swords, yeah. There's a new kind of vitality coming. I forget what we talked about in your regular January 2020 reading, but there's a new vitality coming for you. And what I mean by that is that you're honing in on a new kind of energy. You are not the same person you were before. You really aren't. And I really like that for you because the Ace of Swords is you cutting through the bullshit of life. Things that used to matter to you, Leo, do not fucking matter to you anymore. Such as the status of being with somebody. You can totally be fine being single. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be in a relationship with somebody. Ace of Swords here as well. You're in a place where it's like, I don't need that many friends. I don't need to be around that many people. I don't need that much attention anymore. That doesn't matter to me anymore, right? You're in a place where you're ascending to being okay with being on your own and, you know, living in your own thoughts and living in your own truth, not the truth of other people. You're not pleasing anybody anymore, Leo. You're not trying to, you know, be the best you can be for anyone else except for yourself, because that's the way it should be. I definitely feel like you've bent over backwards for so many people for so fucking long to try to be the perfection of what people wanted you to be, but no longer will you be what people want you to be. This motherfucking year, it's about you being who you are and who you choose to become, because you have a choice every fucking day to be the person that you desire to be. So with that Ace of Swords, that's powerful, dude, because you're in a place where you just don't give a fuck. And that's a space we need to step into. You don't want to sit around and be relatable to somebody just because you'll be in that same vibrational resonance. You don't want to stick around and be with somebody and, you know, be the same as them just to have people around you. Be yourself, because the moment that you be yourself, you attract that soul tribe, that soul group of individuals who fuck with you for who you actually are. You feel me? Goddamn, baby. Goddamn. So when we clarified the Seven of Cups, I pulled the Lover's card to the Knight of Wands. You're in a space where you want to stay away from people that are distracting you from your path and that aren't accepting you for who you are. Moving forward, though, we're going to take a look into the person you're dealing with. Let me just grab the card that fell real quick. 1 second, guys. Moving forward, though, we're going to take a look into the person or kinds of people you're dealing with throughout January 15th through the 30th, and then we'll take a look on your side about what's going on, okay? So in regards to who Leo's dealing with throughout January 15th through the 30th, let's take a look. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout January 15th through the 30th. What do we got? We have a Two of Swords. We have an Ace of Wands. We have a Tower card. We have a Ten of Wands. We have a Hierophant card. And we have a Page of Swords. Absolutely. So you're dealing with people right off the bat. Two of Swords. People that have no direction. People that aren't leaders but followers. I feel like that's what you've been surrounded by. People who aren't leaders but are followers. With that Two of Swords, these are people that can't make a choice, that lack direction, that don't know how to move forward. These are people that are going to get lost in the sauce. These are people that are going to get lost in 2020. Okay? And what I mean by that is that they don't know where to go. They don't know how to move about things. They're in a place where they feel trapped and contained because they don't know what they're doing. And with the Ace of Wands, you're surrounded by people who are like, well, they want to have a good life. They want to be happy, they want to be positive, but yet they're stuck in their ways of this continuous negative, pessimistic view of the world. Ten of Wands. You're surrounded by people who are stuck in this really toxic cycle of never believing that life is going to be good for them and never believing that they're good enough. You're surrounded by energy that was dragging you down. Now, keep in mind, Leo, who you're dealing with over here might have been the old version of you, and you might just be seeing the transformation now. So for some, this might not be people you're surrounded with. This could be the old version of you versus the new version. Take it how it resonates. Tower cards here as well. You could have been surrounded by a lot of problematic people. You could have been surrounded by people who are very invested in drama and crumbling certain types of relationships. And, this is the type of people that attract a lot of really unfortunate and crappy situations based on the way that they're vibrating, right? They're at a low vibration. Ten of Wands over here. The types of people that are engaging in gossip, that are engaging in self-hatred, that are engaging in judgments of others, because the truth is that they judge themselves. Have you ever noticed that when somebody's super judgmental, the truth of the situation is because they are really judgy of themselves? That's why that's there. Page of Swords over here. People who always need to know everything. You could be dealing with people who consistently need to know what's going on in, your life, what's going on in someone else's life, so-and-so. These are the people that really invest themselves into everyone else's life but their own. You are really separating yourself away from that. Why invest your life into somebody else's when your life is what's most important and needs to grow, right? And with the Hierophant card here as well, I feel like whoever this is you're connecting with is just the type of person that wants to come from a space where they pretend that they're absolutely perfect, but when they get, when you see beyond the mask of what is perfection to them, you see that their life is actually very miserable and unhappy. So you've been dealing with people that have masks, or maybe the old version of you had a mask. But I feel like whoever this is, whether it's an old version of you or someone you've dealt with or people you've dealt with, you were surrounded by energy that was fake, unauthentic, and in a space of misery, unfortunately. And remember, you're the Empress. Not only just for this month, but this year. You're the Empress. You're in a place of self-growth, and you're in a place where you don't want to involve yourself in things that are not in your highest of good. You're in a place where you're really ready to appreciate the beauty and the value of life, to put your perception in a really positive aspect, to flow all the time that you've wasted into things that aren't important, and to put time into things that are very important. Like I said, there was a massive realization here, Leo, where it's like, okay, well, I used to think some certain things were so important, but as I'm going through this journey, I'm recognizing, all the crap that I used to think was important never really mattered. Like looks, having to look amazing all the time, or consistently thinking that, things that are going on in other people's lives are important. That's not. Whatever it is that you guys have gone through, I don't want to go through a list of having to think of things because I don't know your life personally, but you're just in a space right now, Leo, where it's like, I used to think so many certain things were so important, but then I recognize, they don't fucking matter at all. All that fucking matters is what I think about myself, how I carry myself, how I live my life, and how I move forward. That's the most important thing, okay? So I like that for you. In regards to how Leo feels towards the certain energies that are around them. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout January 2020. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout January 15th through the 31st. Let's see. What do we got? High Priestess card, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Strength card, and the Star card. Yeah, you're separating yourself from these energies for sure. I can definitely tell you that. You already feel very strongly with the Page of Pentacles or the High Priestess card. You already have an inner knowing and a deeper knowing that the moment you invest your time into anything else that isn't yourself, you have dragged yourself into something that you never wanted to get into in the first place, right? Because the moment that you drag yourself into someone else's life or someone else's business or some other kind of energy, you've already lost your direction of where you were previously going. So I feel like you're doing your best to stay out of a lot of drama this year too. And I'm not trying to say you are a drama queen, Leo. I'm not trying to say you always invest yourself in drama. I just have a feeling that you've always ended up in it, even if you did nothing wrong. I feel like that's what happens a lot for Leos. So I'm not saying you're the person who starts drama. I'm not saying you're the person who participates in it. I'm saying I feel like in 2019 or maybe a good majority of your life, you have always been dragged into drama you never created or wanted to be a part of. So you are really making it your mission this month, okay? Especially during the mid-half, carrying out into the rest of the year, to not be a part of any of that. You are really staying to yourself. And you're not staying to yourself in the sense of not being social or being introverted, okay? That's not how you're staying to yourself. You're keeping your opinions to yourself. You're keeping your business to yourself. You're not talking bad about nobody because you don't need to be involved in anybody else's life or business. And you also are respecting that about other people as well. So you are definitely in a space this year where you are not trying to be involved in anybody else's bullshit. And you are not trying to say a damn word because you know there's a lot of manipulative, lying motherfuckers out there. You're really moving low key and you're keeping to yourself. With that Five of Pentacles, the moment problematic people tend to show up in your life, that's the moment where you tend to distance yourself. Moving forward with the Queen of Cups here and the Strength card here, you know, you're going to be in a place where you can have healthy emotions. I really do feel like you are not going to be that person who's easily emotionally manipulated anymore moving further. I think you've definitely been, you know, you've had your fair share of being manipulated emotionally, Leo, but you're not letting people manipulate you on an emotional level anymore because you have gotten your emotions in balance and in check. You know, the whole month of January, before we get to the mid-month, I feel like the beginning of the month in January, you've been in a space where you've been learning how to become much stronger, okay? And not fall into the depths of negativity and everybody else's bullshit. But the moment that we reach this mid-month point, there is something in you that switches that's just like, I'm good. I'm happy with myself. I'm growing. I'm content with who I am. I'm not slipping into anybody else's life. I'm not slipping into anybody else's bullshit because you're in a place right now where the stars are aligning for you, Leo. You're getting ready to shine. Whatever's happening, whether it's in your work sector, your love sector, your career, whatever it is, with a star card, things are aligning for you very beautifully this year. And you can't have no distractions, no interruptions, no nothing. None of that BS needs to be involved in you because this is a year for you to finally consider yourself. So at the January mid-month mark, you're recognizing that. It's time for me to finally consider myself instead of considering other people. And the best way to be successful is when you completely, and when I say completely, I mean completely, remove yourself from the bullshit of others' lives and keep yours in consideration. This doesn't mean be selfish. This doesn't mean don't have friends. This doesn't mean don't have relationships. This means don't involve yourself where you don't need to be. And you know that. And that's good for you, man, because you are going to keep yourself out of all the crap that people like to suck you into. And I feel like they do. People like to suck Leo into things, okay? They do. It happens before. I'm a Leo Venus. I've been there. People have fucking grouped me into something I've never even been a part of. And I'm like, excuse me? And then I gotta fucking sit here and defend myself. And they're like, oh, why are you so defensive? And I'm like, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I never said this, that, and the third. I'm not involved in your bullshit, and you're grouping me in here. And then people are like, oh, you're being defensive, so you're definitely a part of this. Fuck those types of people, Leo. Fuck those types of people. Don't even defend yourself this year. As long as you know what you mean, fuck them, okay? If you know where you stand and you know what you mean, don't even give a fuck. All right? This is a good time this month to not give a fuck. I don't know why or what exactly the astrology is behind it that's aligning in your chart, but Leos, you not giving a fuck is becoming a very powerful mantra, and carry it with you because it is powerful and it's going to benefit you. Now, in regards to where energies are aligning between Leo and these types of people, you got a Knight of Wands, you got a Queen of Swords, you got a Five of Wands, and then you have an Emperor card. Absolutely. So, oh, you have a Two of Cups here as well. So, Leo, with these types of people, if you've been involved with them, they're completely being cut out of your life, okay? You're really keeping yourself at a distance from those types of people. With the Five of Wands to the Two of Cups, you're not letting these types of people bother you anymore. You're going to be very in tune with your higher self. And with the Emperor card, you are really managing your life on who is surrounding you, who goes into your life, and you're not letting anybody control you, as you are going to be the master of your life and what you allow in your energetic field, in your energetic space, okay? So remember how I said before, whoever you're dealing with over here, could have been a friend, family member, lover. Could have been types of people that were surrounding by you. Could have even been the old version of yourself. Take whatever resonates on who this character was supposed to be. Now, this is you and your transformation. You are isolating yourself from everything that isn't benefiting in your highest of good. Okay? Such as problematic things, such as drama, such as people who are lacking direction and that are more sort of followers instead of leaders. You became the leader. Remember, you're a lion. You're the motherfucking pack leader. Okay? Yes, I know it's not a wolf pack, okay? But you over here are on motherfucking Pride Rock, and you better roar, motherfucker, because you are the leader. You are the leader, Leo. All right? You're not following nobody no more. It's time for you to stand up and follow your damn self, because you don't lack direction. You got direction this year. You're going to feel the motivation firing you up. You have direction this year. Move forward with that direction. For people that lack it, they're going to be lost until they find themselves. Let them find themselves. Okay? As for the outcome between Leo and these types of people, throughout January 15th through the 31st, boom, you got a Sun card, a Devil card, and an Ace of Cups. At the end of the day, you recognize what's real, and real recognize real. So with the Sun card to the Devil card, you are going to be happy no matter what. Because you're living your life with love, and you're living your life with not only love for yourself, but the beauty of life in general. You love life, Leo, and I like that so much for you. You're focusing on loving life and what's good about life and what's positive about life, right? You're in a place where you're keeping yourself surrounded by things that are making you happy, things that are making you successful. You're expediting yourself away from people that are dragging you down and certain types of energies and drama that you don't need to be a part of. So if you don't need to involve yourself anywhere else, Leo, then don't involve yourself in something that you don't need be. Remember that shit. It's going to be important. Do not involve yourself in places that you don't need to be in. Because January is a tricky month. With the way that I'm seeing certain shit aligning, Leo, there's going to be people that are going to try to bring you into things you were never a part of, that you don't need to be a part of. So if you feel that people trying to loop you into something and bring you into something, really take a step back. This second half of the month is about you taking a step back, taking all the time back for yourself, and doing what you want to do. Time for yourself doesn't mean being alone. Time for yourself means making time for what you want to do. So if you want to hang out with your best friend, go hang out with your best friend. If you want to go to work, go to work. You want to watch Netflix all day, watch Netflix. It doesn't mean you have to be alone. It means you use your time how you want to use it, not based on how others want you to. You're no longer people-pleasing this year. We ain't people-pleasing this year, Leo. We definitely not, okay? But the best part here is that no matter how negative or how nasty or how many demons and devils may surround you, Leo, you're living your life with love and happiness, because that is exactly what you want moving forward into this brand new year. So I like it. I like it a lot. I really don't remember jack shit because I've been doing so many readings. I don't remember anything that I said for you in regards to just the January 2020 as a whole. Basically, the way that I do these readings, January, for example, the monthly and the mid-monthly. The monthly is January 2020. The reason why I do the monthly is that it's what I try to see over the entire month. And then at the mid-month period, it can basically be anything extra that comes through, or it can be a different story for someone else. So at the mid-month period here, sometimes it can be more in-depth about love. Other times it can be more in-depth about your personal life. In this scenario, Leo, this is in-depth about your personal life and your personal transformations and what you're staying away from and how you're moving and how you're being happy just doing you. And continue to fucking do that shit. Don't involve yourself where you don't need to be, baby. It's time for your happiness to shine, baby. It's time for you to stand on Pride Rock and motherfucking roar. Because this year is yours for the taking. 2019 was shitty for everybody. We are not having a shitty decade at all. We are not having a shitty new year. We are fucking thriving, Leo. We are fucking thriving. So keep yourself in your motherfucking lane. And I'm going to tell you something, bro. There's going to be people that aren't happy that you're in your own lane. There's going to be people that are going to try to pull you over into the carpool lane. You don't need to be there if you don't need to be, right? Period. So nonetheless, Leo, you're bringing back a lot of balance back into your life, a lot of fulfillment back into your life, and happiness back into your life. And it's just so beautiful to see the change, because I know that through 2019, a lot of you guys struggled. A lot of you guys struggled with your own image, okay? A lot of you guys struggled with insecurity, with being looped into a lot of drama and toxicity and bad relationships, abusive relationships. A lot of you guys got looped into that shit. But when you broke free from them, it took you a while to pick up the pieces, but the pieces were picked up. And now, this is where the brand new you is born. And I like that a lot for you. Okay? Leo, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. Take care. Have a fantastic, awesome, and amazing rest of your January. And I will catch you guys in February 2020. Sorry. I'll catch you guys in February 2020. All right? Peace.